Hi, I'm Danya, and I'm gonna be talking to you about my story. So, I am 25 years old, and I was diagnosed in 2003 for with stage 5 chronic kidney disease. So, both of my kidneys, my left and my right, are really in bad condition, and the doctors had told me when they did further tests and everything, the doctors had told me that I would have to go to dialysis. And I was like thinking to myself, what is dialysis? After not like I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't know what was dialysis. I was so new to it, and the doctors were just shocked for a woman of my age, like young and everything. I would have all these like things wrong with me. So I'm actually the only one in my family that has chronic kidney disease right now, and actually going to dialysis for about 8 years now, and I actually was going to started going to dialysis when I was a junior in high school. So telling all my friends, where they always asking me, where are you going with that gym bag? Oh, are you going somewhere? I'm like, oh no, it's just my blankets. I have to go to the doctor's after going to treatment to make myself better and live longer. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my story and how I am to this day. So, going through everything with going to dialysis and juggling high school at the moment, like when I was younger and when I first started, it was okay. I mean, I really didn't have that much to do at high school other than, keeping up with my grades and making sure I graduate. And it was that when I got to college, it kind of got really stressful for me because like high school, I would always have dialysis later on in the day, right after school. But now college, I would have to start like super early and then end late at night, and then I would have to rush to dialysis and everything. So it's like it was really stressful, and like um, so there's this thing like I always wanted to have a child, but the doctors always told me they recommended that I wouldn't have or even think about getting pregnant or trying or anything because I would be a high risk pregnancy, and like a lot of pregnancies don't survive, being in my condition and everything with my kidneys and my body failing and everything like that. So I was like, okay, I didn't really think about trying or anything, but what so happened is that I ended up having four miscarriages before I had my daughter, and it was really scary. It was really scary. Like, I would never want anybody to go through that ever. Like, it's really scary having miscarriages, nonetheless having four. It's really scary though. But it's a process, and if you have the right support behind you, then you'll get through it, and that's what actually making me strong. That's what actually made me strong along this whole journey of what I had to go through is like the support system that I have behind me, like I have my mom, she's a real help and everything. She helps me a lot, and my grandmother, she's always there for me, and um, my grandpa, he actually passed away a couple years ago, and that was a big tragedy for all of us because we were really close to him, and we just miss him. We miss him a lot because he was a big man, big father figure for all of us, and so my grandma is like totally lost. She doesn't even know what to do with him, without him. But anyways, but he's in a better place. He's not in pain anymore. He is so happy. He's walking all over. He's like with his family and everything, his brothers, and his parents. He's with the people he loves and everything, and he's still looking down at us. So me and my grandpa was really, really close. Like, other than my dad, that was not really there for us when we were younger. My grandpa was the one man that I could always count on. And the day, like, I started dialysis, like the first like couple months I started, he would wait in the waiting room throughout the whole 4 hours until I was finished every other day, just to be there and make sure I'm okay. And if anything would have happened to me, or if I would be crying because something's hurting me or whatever, he would go up to the nurses and start yelling at them, and like, why is she hurting like that? Why is she doing that? You need to help her. Da da da. And it would be just like, so he just had such a big heart. And I'm glad that my daughter was able to meet him and spend time with him, even if she was at a young age. Like, I'm glad that she got to know her grandfather, her great-grandfather, great-grandfather, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so when I got pregnant with my daughter, I didn't find out I was pregnant with her until I was 3.5 months pregnant. And the first ultrasound that I got to go see her, they already knew her gender. So I'm like, what? Okay, let's see. And then me and my boyfriend, her father, we were so happy. We're so happy and blessed that we would have a beautiful daughter coming soon. So, like, we're just really glad and everything. But so, and then it starts the other journey of having her. I really didn't get to enjoy the pregnancy because, I mean, I was like not like so much sick all the time, but I already was almost 4 months pregnant when I found out. And that means I would have only like 5 months left to even enjoy it. But it didn't turn out that way. Somehow this little girl inside of me had another plan for me. So, what do you know? Okay, so I found out I was pregnant on March 13th of 2006. No, wait. March 13th of 2016. And I ended up going to the hospital a week before she was pregnant. I'm so sorry. A week before I was gonna give birth to her, which was around June 15th. I ended up in the hospital because I had Braxton Hicks, and then it turns out that I had to be hospitalized because I was a high risk pregnancy. So they left me, or they told me to stay a few nights, and then what do you know, I had my mom coming in visiting me and this and that, my sister coming in visiting me, and then out of nowhere, like maybe the 20th, June 20th, my water had, no wait, June 19th, I'm sorry, June 19th, my water had broke because my mom had told me a dumb joke and I laughed kind of hard, and then my water broke, and then I kind of got mad at her, so I told her to get out of the room. So then, right when that happened, I called the nurses in, and they were like coming in, rushing in, had like 20, like, no, not 20. At first, it was just that one nurse came and then checked if I was dilated or whatever. But then they were like, you're not dilated. I'm like, oh, okay, you just broke your water. I'm like, okay, so what do I do? And they're like, oh, we're just going to give you some morphine for the pain, and we're just going to watch it and just keep on watching. I'm like, okay, okay, yeah, give me, okay, just trying to keep her in as long as I could because it was 4 months early. She's due in September. She is due in September. Supposedly, her due date was September 29th of 2016. But no, think again, this little girl wanted to come and have more, better, add some another plan for me. So ends up to be, we wait a couple days, and then so June 20th comes along, and then I'm like, okay, just, bed rest, not even moving, can't even get out of the bed to use the bathroom, nothing. And then they were supposedly, I'm supposed to have an emergency C-section no matter what, if anything happens. So, they were getting me prepared for that. But, what do you know? On the morning of, at 4:17, maybe around 4:15, 4:17 a.m. of June 21st, I felt really, really major contractions, and it was sore. And I was just like, get the nurse. My sister was there, so I was like, get the nurse. You need to get the nurse because it's not feeling all right down there. So she got the nurse, and the nurse came in, told the doctor, let's see and check. And then, what did they do? They see if I'm dilated, and they're like, oh my God, get the nurses, get them all. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, we feel her head. I'm like, what? No. She needs to stay in there. No, she needs to stay in there for a little while more. I can't take her now. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm trying to tell her, Kavai, you have to stay in. Don't be coming out anytime soon. But no, this baby wanted to come out. So, yeah. At 4:17 a.m. on June 21st of 2016, my baby girl was born. And turns out she ended up being 4 months premature. She was born at 25 and a half weeks, or 25, just about almost 26 weeks I gave birth to her. So what happened was she had to stay in the NICU, an ICU, the newborn ICU, because for about 4 months, and every day I was there. Right after she was born, right after I gave birth to her, I wanted to go see where my baby is because they didn't let me get to hold her because she was so petite, so small. She was 1 pound and 6.9 ounces. 1 pound and 6.9 ounces. I didn't even believe it. I didn't even believe it. I was just like, is she okay? All I wanted to know is she okay? Is she breathing fine? But when I heard that cry, my heart just like, yes, thank you, Jesus. I was blessed with the most beautiful daughter in the whole wide world, and every day I visit her in the NICU, every single day, as much as I could, to just remind her that I'm there no matter what. I'm here to push you to be strong, like how your mommy is, to be strong. You can get through anything because if mommy did it, you can do it. And today, now she's 4 years old. Well, she's going to be 4 years old pretty soon, June 21st. And I'm just very happy with where we are now, and it's very exciting, coming home to her all the time. But I do have other plans of my own to get a kidney transplant, and not alone just my kidney transplant, they will also want me to get a hip replacement, because after giving birth to her, it actually really put a toll on my body. So my bones actually started to deteriorate, meaning like my bones, my hip bones are not as strong to hold me up anymore. So I gotta get a hip replacement too. That's the plan, to get the kidney transplant first and then the hip replacement. But it's all in God's time to get it and everything. But anyways, I hope you liked me telling my story, and please subscribe and like if you like the video. If you don't, it's okay. I'm just telling my story. Anyways, okay, bye.